Hi, I'm Rosemerry, Wahtola Trommer, and I hope you'll join me in Poetry as Ritual. It's an opportunity for us to meet the world newly by reading and writing poems. And I'm teaching this class because I know the truth of it, because I know what happens, what's possible when we sit down to write a poem, when we sit down to read a poem, is that there is like a glorious spaciousness that starts, that opens us up to so much possibility and helps us to re-see mundane moments of the world in a new way, or even helps us to see deeply painful moments or even ecstatic moments, and to get deeper inside of them and help them open up through the reading, writing, and conversing process. And and it just makes life so much better, friends. That's the reason. That's the reason for this class. It's the reason I've been writing a poem every day for the last, 17 years. And the reason that I want to invite other people into this kind of generous practice that really changes not only how we see the world, but I think ultimately who we are. It's not just about the poems, friends. But what we'll do in the class, each class in each of the 4 weeks, we'll read poems together. We'll talk about them. I'll offer writing prompts, and we'll have 2 different times during our class where we will go off on our own and do some writing. There will be some time for sharing, although no one ever needs to share if they don't want to. I just want you to always know you will be very safe in any class that I teach. And we'll create all kinds of boundaries and let's call it a nest in which you would be totally safe to share or not share in whatever way you wish. But also free then to explore what poetry has to offer you when you read and write it. And I thought I'd demonstrate this just a little bit, but from a poem that I wrote this week, and how it opened up a moment for me, and how poetry can help us to engage more deeply with a moment and then open it up so that we see how it helps us connect to the world, how connected we are to each other, even how connected we might be to ourselves and to the divine. This poem is called Meadow. Walking through tall grass on a narrow path, my fingers spread wide to pull through the seed heads, as if to touch is to be touched. As if with open palms, I could pull this beauty inside me and carry it with me until I give it to you. As if I could somehow slip a whole meadow into your pocket so you could unfold it anytime and wander through the grass as high as your chest and feel how the vastness reminds us who we are. The poem just began with remembering a moment from the day of walking through a meadow and pulling the grass through my fingers. But as you can tell, as I re-met that moment through poetry, it helped me not only to maybe just deeply sink into the divinity of that moment, and remember what it was like to feel that connected with the world, that spacious, as I say in the poem. But also the beauty of a poem is it is kind of like folding up a moment and putting it into your pocket, as I say in this, so that it is like giving you the meadow also, and creating that bridge between me and another person. And so we'll play with that over and over and over. What is it to meet a blank page? What happens when we get stuck? What happens when we discover something new that we didn't know? What happens when we discover things we'd really rather not know? And how do we do that practice together? I hope you'll join me. I'm so excited to be part of this growing and learning and playful and heart-opening practice with you.